Police now say a young mother who was murdered in a park was stabbed to death. The 911 calls came in early Sunday morning. Reports of loud screaming at Goodwin Lake Trails Park in Clovis. When police arrived, they found 23-year-old Ariel Yulbari's body near the trail. Her 6-year-old son was nearby in the parking lot. Clovis police have released few other details about what they may know about this murder. But the woman's sister, Liana, went on national TV and revealed more. She told Nancy Grace on CNN last night that her nephew told police he and his mom were walking on the trail when they saw a man standing by a tree.
They were passing a guy, and Ariel told the guy good morning, and that the guy told her good morning back. And when they passed the tree, that he grabbed his mommy, and she started telling him, "Run, Diego."
Now, police say they found trace evidence at the scene, which is now at the state crime lab. They did not say what that trace evidence is, though. Clovis police say they're reviewing surveillance video from in and around the park. They still don't know if Yulabari knew her killer, but her son told police he did not recognize him.
Well, a high school student here in Albuquerque is not too happy with one of his classes this morning. He calls it a waste of time and even has some cell phone video to prove it. Take a look.
Basketball over there.
A teen took this video of a JROTC class at Valley High School. You can see kids playing basketball and texting. And then look here, this is the teacher, and it looks like he's doing the same thing, just texting on his phone. APS says the teacher here is a substitute, and it is certainly not the norm in the class. But the student says, no, it really happens all too often, and he'd like to be learning more.
Because education is something that's important, and if you go to school for 7 hours a day, you should learn something.
We obviously want to emphasize rigor in all of our content area classes, and it is something that we will look into.
APS says the regular teacher was out helping organize a model rocket launching event that'll happen today, and that the JROTC program there has been praised a lot in the past.
A decision has yet to be made on if former Rio Grande County Sheriff Tommy Rodella will get a retrial. In September, Rodella was convicted of violating Michael Tafoya's civil rights by roughing him up during a traffic stop. But Rodella's attorneys claim they have proof that Tafoya lied. Yesterday, they say Tafoya testified that he was on leave from his job at a group home because he was so distraught over the incident when he was actually on leave for allegedly abusing an elderly resident. But also yesterday, a former co-worker of Tafoya said those allegations could not be proved. Attorneys argued yesterday that Rodella's lawyer did not follow rules when issuing subpoenas and asked the court to end the hearing soon after it started. A decision was not made yesterday, but the hearing is expected to continue at a later date.
Well, could New Mexico become a right-to-work state soon, meaning workers would not have to join unions to get certain jobs? Republicans are certainly hoping so. State Senate Minority Leader Stuart Ingalls says he's pushing for this now, particularly that Republicans have control of the state House. However, any bill to reduce the union's power will still probably have trouble in the Senate, where Democrats are still in control. Mr. Ingalls says a right-to-work law will make it easier for New Mexico to compete with other states, particularly the ones around us, to get new business.
The FAA says a pilot was on his way to Phoenix from Amarillo when he crashed near Klein's Corners. This was the scene Wednesday night. The Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office found one person dead, the pilot in the wreckage, and they don't think anyone else was on board. The cause of the crash is still under investigation today. The pilot's name has not been released.
I knew this morning a very touching story. A woman here in New Mexico is out of surgery after saving the life of, get this, a complete stranger, a 4-year-old girl. News 13's Catherine Azone has been following this story from the very beginning. She has an update now. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning, Matt. The mother of 3 found out online that little Liliana, a Utah girl, badly needed a kidney. Without hesitation, the Grant's mother offered hers. Yesterday, they both went under the knife, and Liliana now has a piece of New Mexico. We spoke to the Grant's mother, Jennifer Allen, shortly after surgery, and she told us it was an overwhelming success. It's been a long journey for Allen and Liliana after the two met online. It took them months to find enough funding for Allen to make the trip to Utah for the surgery. But after we aired their story in September, support from the community came pouring in. Liliana's mom was able to get help on her end, too. They came up with the $700 to make the trip. Now, this is the first picture of the two meeting in person months after talking online. Today, Allen and Liliana are recovering. Alan, shown here with her own daughter, is not quite ready to do an interview, but she sent us this statement. God's will has been completed, and we're doing absolutely amazing. The surgeon said it went way beyond perfect, that my kidney started immediately as they put it in her. Now, Alan has tried to be a living donor before, but things just didn't fall into place. Back to you, Matt.
All right, thank you for the update, Catherine. Now, interestingly enough here, Liliana and Alan do not have the same blood type, but doctors said they were still compatible, and so far, looks like they were right. Crystal?
An amazing story. More residents seem to be on board about the city's plan to revamp the congested intersection on Central. The city's been talking about revamping the at times traffic congested trouble spot at Central Rio Grande for years now. Last night, dozens showed up to the public meeting held to talk about possible changes that include more turn lanes, medians, and bicycle lanes.
I like the aspect of the holistic side of the plan, both considering pedestrians, transit, and automobiles and bicycles. It seems to have a little more warmth than what I've seen in the past.
Now, last night's meeting was just a discussion. Nothing can be done until a final decision is made on the BRT, the bus rapid transit system. That could be another year.
In the city of Albuquerque is also trying to ease the traffic troubles in Uptown. Now, the area is busier than ever thanks to 3 malls, a big Target store, a new movie theater, and more shops and restaurants are on the way. City Councilor Diane Gibson had Mr. Cog and a private group study the area to try to make it safer. And News 13 got a hold of the report from that. It says overall, some car lanes at Uptown should go, and there should be more space for walkers and bikers. This includes getting rid of the stoplight at Louisiana and Cutler and the left turn lane from Louisiana to America's Parkway. And it wants to encourage more people to walk more and drive less.
As a shopper myself, I would much prefer to drive one place, do my shopping, maybe have some lunch, see a movie, and not have to continually move my car.
Can agree to that. Councilor Gibson says it'll probably take a few years and some federal money to make all the changes happen at Uptown. Well, you can now go check out a new movie that was shot right here in New Mexico and is packed with not 1 or 2, but count them, 3 Oscar winners.
Help me.
If I cut you down, will you do what I tell you to?
Hell yes, I will. Anything.
I got a job of work for you.
The Homesman is in theaters starting today. It's a Western that stars Tommy Lee Jones, Meryl Streep, and as you saw, lovely Hilary Swank. It shows how brutal life can be in the Old West. Jones plays a drifter who helps Swank's character cross some treacherous terrain and rescue 3 other women. You'll see a lot of Santa Fe and Las Vegas in the film, and probably a lot of actors from here in New Mexico.
Swank has become an amazing actress.
Oh my goodness, she's incredible. What, $1 Million Baby?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh,
that was great.
Love that movie.
They're all, anytime you get those, not just those 3, but 3 Oscar winners in one film, that's not easily done. It's good stuff. The reviews online from Rotten Tomatoes and New York Times and LA Times say it's top notch.
Thumbs up.